You see, I just got tired of leaning forward, so I just bring it in closer.
Yeah. Sort of there in your face.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Whoa!
Whoa.
Feel
it real fun. On our 23rd of July 2021.
Now, I want to know why is this date vector important to me? Because I have nothing on my Google Calendar.
Date vector.
Yeah, it's sort of like I just go like, wow, man, like what should I be remembering? It's like the end of July.
Oh, unless you're getting confused with, like, the 21st of July. I always think the 21st, I'm thinking it's the 21st of June, which is the equinox. But of course it's not.
Well, I don't get
It's
confused
July,
over
not
your
June.
confusion. Yeah.
Well, maybe that, I was thinking maybe that was for you too.
No. Well,
Okay.
yeah, why would I get confused over something like that?
Well, but just something to remember. I thought,
Oh, great.
Fair enough.
More shit to remember.
is it attached? Yeah, I guess it is.
All right.
Okay,
Yo,
so now
Darker,
we can see you guys.
Oliver, A.
Galaxy.
Yo. Triple D and Double M people. Yo, welcome to another exciting Joe Wellen is in the hoose.
Oos. Hello, Alessandra.
Today we've got a very exciting episode for you. I actually washed my hairs. Look at that
and
curls.
condition them. Look at them coming out.
No, that was actually,
instead of
that's
fuzz.
just Head and Shoulders. I didn't use the Handsome yet.
Oh, didn't you?
No, I'm going to use that later. I just got rid of the crusties.
Oh,
Hoo-ha.
but you're still a gem.
All right, look at that. Look at these people. They're tagging and bagging. Remember, you get
cute.
sizzle points if you tag and bag people.
Tag and bag.
Tag and bag. Put some names in them
Zuli,
their comments.
Jess, Uma, Valerie,
See, you may be one of the
Amber.
lucky people that got tagged so you got here. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But anyway,
So, go to freeneville.com.
fuck it, easymanifesting.com. Go there, do that.
Oh, yeah.
Click all the links, enjoy all the rigmarole. I'm putting together some other cool stuff.
That
So,
overgrown hamster in your house.
oh, he's talking about
Big dog.
Emmett. Yeah, Joe and Emmett, they've got this thing
They do.
going on.
All right, so join. It's easy manifesting. Did I do the first one?
Yeah, we just did.
I thought we did.
That's right.
Easymanifesting.com.
By the way, if you can hear the guys out back there with the whippersnippers, Victoria said stay away from the house between 10 and 11. I just asked her, did you explain what a house is? I mean, I love the guy.
He did ask,
He's
when
got-
you stay the house, how far, like, where do you mean stay away from? It's like, don't you get it?
He's a lovely
We're doing
guy.
a live video.
Yeah, he's got a
yeah.
simple smile. It's like,
I think he's a little bit
I'm a
simple.
whippersnipper. Fuck. We find if he doubles our rates next fucking time, we know he watches the show.
Well, I know last time we heard stones flicking up.
Oh, yeah,
onto
he was
his
right there.
window.
And-
So this time, I think I explained myself very well because we can hear them going
further away.
and further away.
Yeah, we like
So
that.
It should be right.
All right.
Hello, Dennis.
Boom.
And Iggy, is it? I don't know. Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
It really is an adventure. You know, if I had one thing I could do over, I wouldn't call it a course. I would call it an adventure because so many people think learning means saying back the shit that's the right answer, right? Yeah. Anybody
Yeah.
here have a thing for nuns, right? I mean, like
Think for nuns.
a thing for nuns.
Oh, a thing
Yeah,
for nuns.
yeah. Because when I grew up, I got myself
You had
a
a
little.
thing for nuns?
No, I got myself a little silver star if I did shit right, and a red mark if I did
Oh,
things
yeah,
bad.
the Silver Star.
Yeah, it was a lovely
I
recording.
love that recording.
Yep.
Are you
But
Kadra?
anyway, the whole
And-
thing, adventure, 90 days, buck
Yeah.
out thing, right?
For refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
Oh my God, look at
Go,
those two.
Emmett. Poor Bruce. He's writing him off on his back.
Brucey, ready?
I know.
All right. So somebody screenshot this. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
There's it. There's Bruce.
All righty.
All right.
So, Victoria.
It's your manifesting questions
Answered live.
answered live.
That's right. Boom.
And our first question today is from Eva.
Eva.
Via email.
Eva.
That looks like Eva.
Hello, Eva.
A lot of people, in fact, probably
what was that?
everyone has no idea what we're talking about.
That movie.
No, it was that game.
Eva.
Wasn't that the game?
No, it was also in the movie.
Oh,
but
in the
it's
movie
different.
as well.
Eva.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
Okay.
Eva.
And we've titled it Money by Thursday. Sounds like a deadline, Eva.
Hoo-ha.
Right, dear Mr. 2020, I've been reading your emails and have purchased the Prosperity Pack.
Let's call that a GFC.
A G... What does that stand for?
Great freaking choice.
Great freaking choice. Okay. Now I'm in need of a quick lesson.
You came to the right place.
I would like to manifest money for my son's school fees and my house rent, all of which are due on Thursday next week. Please teach me how I can do this.
I want to point out this is going to tie in with everything today so well because this is my strawberry bit. Wow. Ready? Beep.
Alrighty.
Hey, buddy.
We haven't even started.
So Neville says to imagine what implies your wish has been fulfilled, right? And he also says the moment a desire shows up, that's when you feed its assumption, right? So here's what I wouldn't do, right? I wouldn't imagine the wish because I'm trying to imagine the wish gets you in trouble. Now here's my first question. Hashtag first question.
Hashtag this question.
Are you imagining consequences? In other words, my God.
If I don't have my rent,
Come Friday,
I'm kicked out of home.
Yeah, we're living under the bridge
In the bus.
and no more school for you.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, imagine the life lessons, right?
Yes.
And this is where we really get to play because Neville was genius. This whole thing of imagining what implies your wish has been fulfilled keeps you out of the middles. More on that later. And it keeps you out of that whole thing of like looking for signs, feeling the pressure. So here's my thing, if we go beyond the pressure, the deadline, Thursday, homeless, learning mathematics with chalk under a bridge, truancy, like having nothing worse than living under a bridge and trying to dodge the truant officer. You know what I mean? They're not real cops anyway. Let's face it.
Yeah,
right?
You'll be all right. They won't put you in jail.
Yeah, they're not highly trained. But when you move beyond to what's it like without money problems? If you play with
and don't play. Well, for me, don't play with. I want to be financially free.
Concept.
Like, it's just so out there, but without money problems. That's very down to earth, isn't it? I reckon.
It's sort of like feeling. So you got the bill for your rent, or like me. Like I'm lazy. I've told you, Victoria and I have these marital disagreements where I want to pay the electrics for like a year in advance, and same thing with the internet because both the electrics and the internet are important to me.
Yeah.
And her and the accountant, I mean, they sit me down, and he laughs at Schitt's Creek. I mean, I tried to watch the show, couldn't handle it.
That's right, he did. He told us to watch it.
But it's like, Graham, with your psychedelic tie, I just want to pay the bills a year in advance. You know what I mean? Like, it just bothers me having to.
With your what tie?
His psychedelic tie.
Psychedelic.
Yeah, I mean, he wears those pastel psychedelic ties.
They are pastel.
Yeah, they're like as pastel as you can get.
Pastel's not normally psychedelic, but anyway, yes.
I look at them and I psychedelic out. But anyway, if you could pay the rent a year in advance, right? If you could just pay, I mean, I used to pay my car insurance by the month club. Like, I'd pay the $180.25 for the car payment, then I'd pay the $42 car insurance payment. You know what I mean? By the month. It's like, man, it's a pain in the dick versus like, right, how many years can I pay this in advance for? Find that feeling. But notice how this weaves in with the other requests. We'll semi-answer it now, but we'll keep answering it as we answer the other ones. So,
There you go.
Eva, thank you for asking.
Yeah, good on you.
And check out, what was that movie?
out.
Wall-E. Yeah.
Yeah, Eva.
Wall-E.
What was it?
Yeah, that was it. Wall-E. That was the movie.
Was that what it was called?
Yeah, Wall-E.
Wall-E. Okay.
All right.
All right.
So let us continue.
All right.
All right.
The next question's from Glen in Manifesting Mastery.
Yo.
Imagine what implies.
Whoa. 2 in a row. Fuck,
Glen
it's amazing.
asks, should one always imagine an event after the main event, never the event itself in brackets? For instance, I've been trying to imagine up a vacation by imagining being in a swimming pool outside somewhere, seeing the scenery, feeling the cool water, the heat of the sun on my torso, the side of the pool, etc. Should I rather be doing it differently? Imagining the taxi going back home.
All right, Glenn, I'm hoping you're not one of those guys.
Excuse me. One of those
Yeah, you
guys.
done now with all that?
Yeah, excuse me.
All right, you shouldn't do
Well,
that.
it actually automatically reminded me of a show we did where it was linked to the coffee game, actually.
Oh, yeah.
And remembering, say you wanted to go to Jamaica.
Hey, what'd you make of that?
No, having your Jamaican coffee back at home, because you bought
That
a
you
couple
bought
of
in
kilos
Jamaica.
of coffee beans home
With you.
with you. So you've had your holiday and you're having your coffee, remembering how wonderful it was.
Yeah, totally.
That's the thing that reminds me of this. But you go with your bit.
Yeah, I hope so. So you
Yes.
shouldn't interrupt me. See, Victoria's, yeah,
just
Victoria
saying.
doesn't do her shoulds. She does her shouldn'ts. You know, I shouldn't eat the cheesecake. Right. Let me ask you a question.
Oh, gone. Right.
Yeah. See, there's the answer.
We had cheesecake yesterday.
Hey, see, I don't. She doesn't even tell me this shit.
No.
How do I know?
We had baked cheesecake.
See.
There's some sort of berry. Anyway, yes.
See, I'm the man.
Yes.
Right. So anyway, so should I? Right. I'm just going to pick on the word should for a second because should is a really interesting state in my opinion. But can you? I think this is where I want to play. Can you imagine something that doesn't conflict with 3D reality? Because there's so many people out there that are getting worked up on my 3D reality is saying that I'm not on vacation, or they haven't gone on vacation, or I'm doubting I'll go on vacation for the next 40 years, that kind of thing.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
now because
Yeah,
some of it's
COVID
closed off.
19er.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we're allowed to go on vacation here in Victoria, Australia. We can go to the dog park, right?
We can.
Yeah, I just see when I go on vacation to the dog park, when it's a vacation day at the dog park, I just don't pick up the dog shit. I just look the other way. I just assume the help will, you know.
The help
Yeah, the help will show up and do it.
me. Yeah.
So, here's what I would do. Always notice what is it that you can take from your typical day and use that to wire in your wish fulfilled, right? So what would imply your wishes have been fulfilled? Again, Victoria brought up the coffee game. If you were having a sip of coffee after getting back from Jamaica, what would it feel like, right? Because I remember having coffee in Mexico. The fuckers kept mixing tequila in, right? It's like, you must really think I'm an alcoholic, right?
Tequila and coffee.
Yep. So better we bring you tequila and coffee. You
Isn't
give tip.
Kahlua from down there? I would.
no.
Kahlua would be nice. I
No,
thought
this
that
is
was
this is
Mexican.
the '80s, man.
Oh right.
So it's like, right. So, you know, when you get back from having been in Mexico and they put tequila in your coffee every single day, and you
Every
just keep
single
telling them,
day.
take it back, I want real coffee, and you're having coffee in the office, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, you
I
can
miss the
experience.
tequila.
Yeah, I miss telling Pedro not to put tequila in the coffee, right? You can have a little something like that. And that's what I really enjoy doing because my 3D never goes to war against my 4D. Again, I hate those fucking terms.
What is 4D?
Your imaginal reality.
Oh, okay.
Unless it's 5D, then you include the
What's-
aliens. Yeah, it just gets weird after a while. Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah, that's the David Icke version of Neville Goddard. Yeah, otherwise known as Icky, David Icky. Right. Anyway, Gaza, y'all.
There's Gaza Gaza.
So if I'm imagining what implies my wish has been fulfilled, it's just like, yeah, it's natural to remember my holiday. You know?
The great
Yeah,
time you
yeah,
had.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, because that happens all the time. It's like
That happens.
talking to an office mate.
Exactly.
Oh, it was unreal. You know, this happened or something.
By the way, ready? You're back again, right?
Had to climb out of a window tying sheets together. No.
Well, I once had to
Remember
break
we
out of an
heard that,
elevator.
yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, but what if you're imagining? I mean, you're at work and you're seeing the boss coming towards you. What if you used as your imaginal act, like, oh, you're back again, right? Like how many holidays you taking
Can you
this
have
year?
any? Yeah. Do you work?
Yeah. Who could ask for anything more? By the way,
Yeah.
there's an imaginal act of
Is-
mine, and that's what I get now.
Yeah, all the
Yeah,
time.
all the time.
Do you work or
Yeah,
what?
what do you do for money? So I'm on the internet. No, it's not porn or eBay. Right? Look at me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, notice how this weaves in with the later ones. This is a great question we're
It
setting the
is,
stage
Glen.
with.
Good on ya.
So stick around, Glenn,
Yep.
for some more on this in a bit.
Some more. Okay. Cool. Thank you, Glenn, for your question. don't know if I said thank you, Eva, for yours before. Eva,
Eva.
yours.
Yeah, we did,
But
because then she popped up. Eva.
okay,
Yes.
cool.
All right.
The next question's from Jess in Dream Driven Day.
Yo.
Shit into gold. Jess asks, how do you turn your shit into gold?
Yo, there's the implies bit again. Everything, hashtag everything is compost in my world.
Everything is compost.
Yeah, everything, right? I am such a big fan of Winnie the Pooh, right? Because Winnie the Pooh always says,
I love
I'm
him.
busy doing nothing.
'Cause
I'm always
nothing
busy doing
always
something.
leads to something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like the best writers on the planet, I mean, they do write a lot, but more than that, they're busy absorbing things and rubbing two sticks together. Love that video, by the way. And I'll have to show it to you.
Who from?
Not telling Jess.
Yeah.
But it's really, really cool whenever you just start noticing, like, right, everything is compost. That doesn't mean everything's crap. It means everything is something that's either bad I turn into good, or good I turn into great. So whatever is happening. So yesterday I ordered a brand new portable disposable hot tub. Because my portable disposable hot tub has a leak in it and another leak in it. And I've got them taped up and it's doing good. But then for like 2-3 days in a row, it'd deflate in about 2 hours. I'm like, Jesus, fuck, man. Like, I can't.
What's going on?
Yeah, what's going on? And I'm dicking around with my things. I can't find a leak, so on and so forth. So I came in the house. I'm just tired. I'm spun out. I burned my fucking sausages. Like, fuck me.
did.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it's like, right. I'm changing my state. So I got in a state of like, right. Yeah, like portable, the disposable hot tub, solid as a rock. Boom! You know what I mean? Like 4 in the morning. That's what the hot tub's like. Yeah, fully inflated. And, and I go, yeah, baby. And so I'm sitting there and it's like, right. Okay, I'm ordering me another hot tub. Right? All right. So I check in. What do I notice? Oh, I got some old money programming going around. It's like, right, that's just funny. Right. So it's like, right. So I noticed my old things. I cleaned that up. I ordered me a portable, ordered me a disposable hot tub. I get it from Amazon.com.au and they shipped it today. Like, how cool is this, right?
24 hours.
Normally, these other folks I used to buy it from, it would take like 3 to 6 weeks, right? But remember, I have this imaginal act. The imaginal act is I'm in the hot tub, and it is SOLID, right? So I take me and Victoria were sitting on the inside, outside with the puppies, and I decided I'll go back to the portable, the disposable hot tub, and I've imagined it what? Hashtag
Solid.
SOLID, right? And I get in there, and first I pump it up, and then I get in, and then I can barely hear something. And so I take my cheek and my ear and I run along the edge of the pool, and sure enough, there's one little tiny area that I couldn't discover before, and there's a leak. And I plug that sucker up, and boom, right? 24 hours later, almost, no. Now it's like still SOLID.
Hashtag.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's like cool, because I want this other hot tub for when we move. Move it to the cottage. Like right now, it's just under a neat little homemade veranda out there. So, moral of the story, I nailed the hot tub thing, got this one fixed, got the other one coming, going to the cottage, all sorts of good going on. And why did it happen? Because after I had my shit storm, I burned my sausages, not a happy fucking camper about that. It's like, right, let me clean all that up. So I've imagined eating some damn good meat. Today we're having damn good meat. I got a portable disposable hot tub that's fucking rocking the house. Boom. So, never settle, always soar. Attitude of Abdullah with revision to the max.com. So, great question, Jess.
Yeah, good one.
Boom. So,
Cool.
let
Excellent.
us continue. By the way, you notice I didn't imagine patching it. I didn't
No.
imagine ordering it.
Yeah.
Okay? What did I imagine? Boom. That's right. Damn good meat. DGM, Joe Wilton.
Cool.
Hoo-ha.
Thank you, Jess, for your question. The next question's from, whoa, two-time Jess. in
Two-time
Dream Driven Day.
Jess.
I lost my ... And Jess asks, how do I find a missing item?
My absolute favorite one is when she's a rock star at.
That time when I lost my secateurs, I'll never forget that.
Yep.
And when it was a deliberate, I'm going to do a Western Gate. Like, the gates are ace, Jess, for this sort of thing. And it depends with your item whether it's like a hearing aid so you can hear people again or
Yeah,
whatever.
didn't
It
even think of
depends
that.
on the gate.
Yo,
Yeah, but yeah, for me it
you
was I
guys.
lost my secateurs, and I remember, I just remember walking up to the tump and going and thinking as when I'd walked up, because I was imagining holding him in my right hand, what did I come up here for? And turning straight around, and my eyes immediately fell on him, hidden in a flower pot. It was like I would never have
She would
seen
have
him
never found him.
wherever else I was. Like, it's like I had to get elevated to look down to, and that's what I did.
We did a 60-second manifesting.com video on that. It's one of the older ones. But if you go to 60secondmanifesting.com and scroll, you'll actually see the scene of the crime and everything.
Scene of the crime.
Scene of the crime.
That's true. There was. You took
it's
photos.
true that.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add? But that, yeah.
You know, I absolutely love the Western Gate because, again, we don't imagine finding them. We don't add in, like, some people really screw congratulatory conversations up because they read Reddit too much. Oh my, I'm so happy for you, comma, that you found your secateurs, comma, on the first try, comma, without wasting years of your life, comma, naked. Right? Like, nobody fucking says this shit. Versus, like, see, if I was imagining, quote unquote, a congratulatory conversation about Victoria having found her secateurs, it would be like, you fucking coming for lunch or what? Right? And she'll be out there going,
Thank Christ we don't have to spend more money on them.
coming. Right? She'll be out there like cutting shit, right? For like 40 minutes. The lunch getting cold. Are you fucking coming or what? See, that's the congratulatory conversation, right?
Beg your pardon. Right. Okay. So
Oh, you found them.
I
So
don't know
you're
where my
trimming
mind
things.
went. Right. Okay.
I say lunch, you say coming, which means in about 4 hours.
All right.
Or we can just do the Western Gate, right? Boom. Yeah. Dr. Brian, all I heard was naked. Hoo-ha.
There's been loads of comments. Someone said about, oh, what do you imagine when you lost your mind?
Yeah, so there's some good ones here, I'm saying.
There was some
There's
goodies
some ornery people.
floating past.
Some of you people need nuns.
Yeah.
And with that, Victoria,
Some of them need nuns. That's penguins.
some of you need some penguin. A little penguin.
All right. So there you go. Not naked, Jess. I saw you saying I'm naked around you, and it feels so right. But there you go, Jess.
By the way, I will say one more thing. Victoria got specific to the point where she felt them in her right hand. That's where she would naturally feel them if she was using them.
Yeah.
She may pick them up with her left if she's finding them. But imagining what implies,
Yeah. Yeah.
there we go. Boom, look at that. There's laughter. They must think I'm funny.
Excellent. So that
Excellent.
was from Two-Time Jess.
Two-time Jess.
Thanks for your question, Jess. The next question's from Dream Driven Day Gail. Galaxy.
Galaxy.
Workplace Blues. And Gail asks, I have a friend who is coming back to work with me. I'm being very honest when I say that I really don't want her back there. But she's thrilled to be back. Oh, it's breaking up again. Sorry,
Ignore
you
it.
guys.
Keep going.
But she's thrilled to be back. There was a big rift between myself and my other friend, seemingly, I know, due to her. So yes, I have been imagining her happy, and me happy, and really how happy I am at work, regardless of who is around. But this is still in the back of my mind, and I'm very familiar with the Golden Wall, so I don't want to wish her not to be there either. I'm in a loop, laugh out loud. And I don't want to expend more energy on this. It's just not necessary. Am I on the right track with what I'm currently imagining?
You know, the whole back of my mind thing, I sort of like this. So we talk about imagining lovingly and all that stuff. I notice whenever there's parts of me that are absolutely nuts, if I just add in Richard Branson in the hot tub, that was all like collapsing and all that shit. We've talked about Branson before. And that whole thing of like, all right, so you really know it's really all about you. Right? It's all about you. It's all about you. It's all about you. And so so if there's some space in there, which means you're probably imagining consequences or a little bit of stabby from before, who the hell knows? Add in some Richard Branson just for fun.
That's right.
Right? So it's like, oh, you go to work, there's your friend number one, friend number two, now they're fighting over Branson. Jesus Christ. It's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just add in some ridiculous to break your state, right?
That's good.
That's what I'd do. Do it all the time.
Yeah. Cool.
Me and Richard are waiting to eat lunch. Victoria, put them secateurs down. Put them down. Step away from the secateurs.
Yeah, secateurs, I saw a few comments, are pruning shears for plants.
Yeah, of revision.
We call
Imagine
them
that.
secateurs.
That's right.
Yes,
We've
of
got all
revision.
sorts of... We've got words here that you guys can't imagine.
I just know the correct words for things, you guys.
So one of us wears a skivvy, the other one a jumper.
I'm not wearing a skivvy today.
I'm not either.
Right.
We're a jumper.
I'm wearing a top.
All right.
A long sleeve top like you.
That's right.
Okay, sorry. So that was for Galaxy. Bring in Richard Branson.
That's right. Add Richard Branson. Why not?
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, my
Excellent.
sex life really blows. Richard. Anyway.
Can you hear me?
I'm just thinking about Richard Branson, Bill Clinton, and Monica.
Oh.
Anyway.
Okay. Cool.
Let us go.
Thank you, Galaxy, for your question. The next question's from Darla on Facebook. I want to move. Darla says,
I'd like to
asks,
move it.
Yes. My desire is to live in Oh, no. Where is that?
North Carolina.
North Carolina.
I have no idea why. Right, let's just keep that.
It's like I saw the Y in there. And it
Is
was
that where Dark Mockery is from? I can't remember.
Don't know.
From?
Okay. My desire is to live in North Carolina, and that's been my desire for 5.5 years. Learning from you, I can see I put several obstacles in the way. I imagined how instead of what. So now I think I need help feeling it real without all the steps in between that I've been imagining. How do I feel it real in the very simplest way?
So when I moved me to Australia, I was imagining voting. Because in Australia, we've got a couple rules. One of them is if you're a citizen, you must vote or pay $200. The other rule is only Australian citizens can vote.
Can vote,
Yeah, unlike North Carolina, right? So, here's the cool thing. So there was that one little thing, and I am not a fan of voting. Here's the other thing that people say, like, you have to imagine intensely, it's got to be positive, you've got to align yourself, and all that dumb shit. It's like, right, I imagine like being inconvenienced. Yeah, I got to go fucking vote. I mean, do I look like I care? Right? We've talked about this. I voted for the Pirate Party, right? Yeah, the Pirate Party earned people hunting and fishing and smoking weed. What was the third thing? Maybe that was it. Hunting, fishing, and smoking weed.
Three things.
Yeah, that's 3 things.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I don't smoke weed. I don't have anything against it. I don't fish anymore. Don't have anything against it. I was really never into hunting except primitive hunting. But in hunting Victoria, where the fuck is she? Lunch is ready. Where's Richard? So this whole thing of like, I can vote for the peg legs. You know what I mean?
Peg legs.
Yeah. We got rid of the sex party, so I vote for the Pirate Party.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, so on and so forth. So there was that one ridiculous act. It's a minor inconvenience. I get to complain about it. I can talk about it from the state of loving teacher, and that's what I used to manifest citizenship. I wasn't satisfied getting permanent residency. Yeah.
So does North Carolina have elections that only North Carolina has?
Probably. I mean, yeah, I'm assuming. I mean, yeah, election fraud is rampant in the U.S. I mean, even the Russians vote in the U.S., right?
That's true.
True, right? True story. Right?
Yes.
So, but like, there's got to be something that you could only do living in North Carolina. Like have a second driver's license from Ohio. Like if you're from Ohio, right, and you're living in North Carolina and you keep your Ohio license hidden deep in your purse, that way you can use that to get the points put on the other driver's license kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So you could always do something like that, but there will be something. right? And it can be simply something like you're waking up in the morning and you just feel more southern if you were living up north before, right? Or maybe it's the fact, I remember like the last time I was in North Carolina, you could still smoke at the restaurants. I mean, talk about fun. I mean, it's like, do you want smoking or non-smoking? I said, fuck, put me in the smoking, man. You can't do that in Pennsylvania. So it's like, they sit me down in the Stuckies and I'm buying cigarettes. It's like, I don't even smoke cigarettes. I just want to do it. You know what I mean? So like, you'll find your thing. What's the thing that implies that you live there? Right?
Yeah, you can walk around a Mark's joint if he does live there.
Yeah, you can go visit Dark Mockery, right?
And the other thing I remember Neville always doing was, where do you imagine? So wherever you are now, if you are in Ohio, that's north of North Carolina, is it?
Correct.
Okay. So what Neville used to do, for example, when he was in Barbados, he'd imagine looking up and right to New York.
Yeah, New York's way up there a little bit.
So, so can you imagine that wherever you are now?
Feel
Where
that.
is it when you're in North Carolina? So yeah.
If you're gonna go kill a couple like congressmen while Congress was in, like, see, from Pennsylvania you drive down into the right, and from North Carolina you drive north. You know what I mean? So like you got to pick which direction you're gonna go.
That's right, Mark. Party at dark.
Party at Dark Mockeries. Yo.
Let's go.
Alrighty.
Cool. Excellent. All right. Thank you. That was Darla. Thank you, Darla, for your question.
That's right.
That's almost like lost in what was
Warning.
No, not Lost in Space.
No.
Lost. What was it?
Was it Lost?
What was it called? That show that we used to. Maybe it's not Lost. You put that thing on when Simon came down.
Oh yeah, that was Dharma.
Dharma.
The Dharma Initiative.
Yeah, that's it. God, that's what I think of when I see Darla. Was that Lost?
Yeah, it was Lost.
Yeah,
I loved me the Dharma Initiative.
You did love
Yes,
Dharma.
Stay away from the house. Buckwheat.
Yep. I don't know if he's finished, so let's keep going. Thank you, Darla, for your question.
Well, we've got another 25 minutes we paid him for.
Well, I don't know whether that's happening. So the next question's from Dream Driven.
Yo.
Dream Driven Day. Lisa, no dumb shit. Lisa asks, hello, dear 20 in Victoria.
Yo, Lisa.
From my vantage point, your days are centred around a handful of specific expressions of your primary states. Will you please elaborate on this?
Sure.
There are normal things which most people do here in the States, like checkups at the doctor and dentist visits. Oh, it happens down here too, actually. Sorry. This doesn't seem to present... Oh, okay. This doesn't seem to present in your daily, monthly. Maybe these do. Even so, I find myself becoming impatient with this sort of thing. I appreciate hearing your thoughts. Thank you. Emmett. Leave it. No.
All gone. Dead.
Right, sorry.
He loves that
Hopefully
part.
you all heard that question, but I get what you're saying now.
Cool.
Yeah, we're not.
Do you know why most people go to the doctor? I am a behavioral scientist. Joe Weld and I were talking about this the other day. I finally figured out how to tell people what I am. I am a behavioral scientist, right?
Yes.
I study why people behave the way they do, and it always comes back to perception, right? So why do people go to doctors? They go to doctors to be assured. You're okay. It's okay. You're okay if you take this drug. You're fine. Come back in 6 months. I'll tell you you're fine. Again. 2. Why do people brush their teeth? Most people tend to brush their teeth before social outings, right?
Yeah.
For some of us, that means going when you go to bed and when you wake up in the morning, right?
It's a social outing, yeah.
So just tossing all that in. Yeah, here's one of the things that I keep finding is what you have time for, you have time for. I don't have time for most dumb shit. Emmett! Hush. Right, next time we don't do this on a Friday. Like,
Yeah,
we tell
I'll
them this, we don't fucking do this. This is just
Yeah.
fucking horrible. So, Yeah. By the way, you get that. You get. I've just reached a non-negotiable. These guys will never come back here on a Friday. Like never. I don't care if we got to wait 4 months. Right? They don't come back on a Friday ever. Right? And I'm not criticizing her. I'm just saying. Yeah. And that's the thing, because I notice a lot of people. Like I've said, I hang out in the pool. I'm the young guy in the pool. But, I mean, they're all talking about when they're going to their doctors next, the doctor they just came from, so on and so forth. And it's like, well, yeah. And I'll say, when was the last time you got bad news from the doctor? Well, it was a couple years ago. And it's like, wait, so you go to a doctor every 6 to 8 weeks, and it's been years since you got bad news. But they're going because they want assurances. You're doing okay. But whenever you start noticing you're doing okay, doctors become a less of a thing. You know what I mean? So I'll just toss some miscellaneous things back or out with all this.
You're going to have to
No.
get down, Bubs.
Come on, let's focus on the show this time, guys.
Yeah, off. Come on, off. Good point. Right.
Right. So this whole thing with like, what do you fill your day with? The one thing I definitely keep finding is the more non-negotiable you become, the more you lead, the more everything follows. And I really do find, and this is not criticizing Lisa if she's got doctors in her life or anything like that, but I really notice the more you lead, the more you decide I don't have time for the dumb shit, the less time you waste on it. It's just really cool to me. So I'll toss that out, and let's continue while he's quiet.
Okay. Excellent. Thank you, Lisa, for your question. Sweet. And the last question today is from Dream Driven Day Tommy. Negativity.
Somebody hashtag no negativity.
So Tommy asks, I've noticed my mind latches onto negativity, or let's say unwanted things easily. And once it gets a whiff, it won't let go and war starts. Probably a state, but I don't know where to shift to or what state to play with.
Cool. So so Tommy put this up as a post, and a lot of interesting comments showed up. And I'm going to tell you, I'm not a fan of opposites. And here's why. As soon as you go, let's play the opposite game. Victoria, we're going to play the opposite game. Ready?
Yep.
White.
Black.
Spring.
Autumn.
Winter.
Summer.
Salt.
Pepper.
Vanilla.
I don't know.
Dogs.
Okay.
Male.
Female.
Single.
Yeah, married. But
Now these aren't opposites. They're mostly options, right? Is pepper actually the opposite of salt?
yeah,
Right? I can tell you almost
Or
every.
is it sugar? Actually, I
Is
don't
sugar
know.
the opposite of salt? See, there's 5 primary flavors, and sugar's the opposite of salt,
Yeah.
which leaves us 3 others.
Yeah.
It gets really weird, right?
Yeah.
Now here's a suggestion, something well worth exploring. And this is here's the other sideways thing, because I tune into different not Neville things. I tune into different crazy things on the Clubhouse thing, and they say things like, every time you make a decision, the universe splits. So when you decide I'm marrying that bitch, you and that bitch get married. When you decide I'm marrying that other bitch, you and that other bitch get married. Because in one universe you're married to this bitch, in this other universe you're single until you choose to marry that bitch. And it's like, well, let me get this right. So it's like, and I ask questions, and they say, well, it's like when you come to a T in the road, and you can turn left or you can turn right. At that point, you turn in both directions at the same time in different universes. And I go, all right. So when I go to the Walmart fucking parking lot and I pull in and I'm the only car there and there's 712 parking spaces and I pick one of them, suddenly there's 712 universes where I've parked in each and every different parking space. Most of them, in 711 of those universes, I'm a total dumbass. Because only a total dumbass would park in the parking spaces far away from the door.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So in one
close.
universe, I'm really smart. In all the other universes, I'm a total dumbass, right? Because
Yeah,
I'm
got
parking
you.
sideways and everything else. Well, can I park over 2 parking spaces at once? That takes us up to 1,442 parking spaces, right? Which brings us to this whole thing of when we kill opposite, right? This whole thing of opposites will keep you at war, right? Anything where you're having split universes, because in one universe, I'm very rich, intelligent, and handsome. And then there's this universe, Mr. 20. And I say, well, why don't we live in the other one? Right? I mean, if you know this is true,
Yeah,
why do you
exactly.
keep picking the shit one? Right? Yeah, you're putting me in your shit universe? I don't think so. But Mr. 20, you don't really exist. Right? So then it just gets fucking wackadoodle. And so I drill down into this thing called positive versus negative. Right? What's positive? See, positive versus negative is like pizza versus pasta versus egg rolls versus popcorn versus, they're all options. So whenever you stop and you go, right, I'm not going to fall for this positive negative thing, okay, my mind latches onto something negative. So there's you and your mind, there's you versus your mind, there's positive versus negative. So we've got two wars going on. There's the war between you and your mind. And your mind has a choice between positive and negative.
Yeah, right.
Right? And it just gets weird. Well, let's play the opposite game again. Orange.
Not orange.
Orange. What's the opposite of orange?
Unorange.
See, most people say green, right?
Really?
Yeah. But I say, well, didn't you say red was? Right? It's just, but what's the difference between stop? Is it go?
Yeah,
Or is it slow down? Or is it turn left? You know, it's just weird. So here's my suggestion, and I'm just tossing this out. Since Tommy brought this up, it's a damn good question, and a lot of people get stuck here, and almost nobody ever talks about it. Pick other options. And other options often mean take a walk, imagine lovingly for other people. Neville says, if you honestly believe, you will not pass a seeming other without imagining lovingly for them. And so in the event that the hot tub is stressing me out, and I'm going, right, I'm imagining positively about the hot tub, I'm imagining positively about the hot tub.
Yeah.
And I look at the hot tub and it's stressing me out, and I'm imagining positively about that, and then I can't get the negativity out of my mind, versus like, right, I'm imagining up a smoke, right, I'm imagining up a chat, I'm imagining up chatting with my buddy Tommy, right? Yeah, and that's the fun thing, because as soon as you go, I'm just going to give life to other options, you no longer have one polarity pulling against the other polarity.
Yeah, right.
You no longer have vanilla saying, fuck you, chocolate. Right?
Oh, yeah, vanilla chocolate.
Yeah, vanilla. By the
I
way,
remember that in Landmark days. Yeah.
I seriously, I will play the opposite game with people. And we just get them going, because speed's the thing. White, black, yeah, red, green, vanilla, chocolate. And it's like, wow, that's whack, man. That's total wackadoodle.
Yeah.
But we'll do it. So we just get out of it. Nutella. Yeah, they put that on pizza. I find that utterly fascinating.
I find it disgusting.
Yeah, I won't eat it. But,
Yeah.
so that's where we'll just put all that in right there. Realize you're never imagining opposites. You're always imagining options. Somebody hashtag that in a way, or tell me, I'll make an infographic on that. Don't imagine opposites. Imagine options. Boom. So,
Very cool.
and Triple D people, you get why I play with curiosity. Hoo-ha. All right, I'm done. What's the opposite of done? I'll continue.
Okay.
All right.
So that was our show today. Thank you very much.
So that was our
joining.
show. And they're still right outside the fucking house.
Well, no, they're in the back garden, but yeah, we'll never have them here. I will actually say to them, any chance, just can we always have you come just on a Monday, even if it means a week, fortnight, whatever, because
Yes.
we never do a show here on our Monday.
That's right.
So I'm sorry about the noise. Tell us, what we'd really like to know now is, what was your hashtag strawberry bits?
Victoria, what was your hashtag strawberry bit?
Remembering finding the secretaires. That was mine.
That was awesome.
Because that really brought me to that event, and how I really, when I'd lost them, and I'd lost them for a while, like an hour or something, and then I thought, it was a deliberate, I'm going to Western Gate this. I'm going to imagine holding them in my hand. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I don't normally do that, and maybe I'll lose it for 2 hours or 3 hours, and then I just happen along and find it. Do you know what I mean? But it was because I'd just done that. Remembering that whole event for me was my, hashtag strawberry bit.
So when you listen back to this, some of you guys that have trained with us in the club and so on, what I want you to do is notice when Victoria, when she did that, she sunk in her body. She became more auditory and kinesthetic. when she said about the other option, she was very visual and up in her head more, right? There's nothing bad about visual is not visual is not the opposite of kinesthetic. Fuck it, we'll do this some other time.
Yeah.
All right, I had some good shit, but I'm done.
Yep.
Tell us.
Go to freeneville.com.
221 email us pseudo random goodness.
Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
That's right.
Easymanifesting.com. Jump in and do those 7 free easy lessons. They're good fun.
Yep.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
See you guys.